different connotation of the knowledge systems and NEP. Why the knowledge systems? We now the actually we are uh, we are now the incorporate the NEP or many NEP or the curriculums, the present curriculum, and I also the chairman of the our syllabus in our university. So the what are the actually necessaries? That is also the one question, and this question also the yours also. That is one. That is actually another things. What is the knowledge Indian knowledge systems? Why actually we are actually that argument in Indian knowledge systems to not only the India but also the world platforms. So a lot of question also we comes. So actually the Indian knowledge system required because that the colonial era, the our knowledge systems or the heritage culture, the defamed by the Britishers, and not only the Britishers but also the group of Indian people, Indian historian, Indian actually scientists. They are actually not accepted in the Indian. They are not feel proud or in our heritage, the other things. So the government also be the policy. This is a policy making. It is requirement because that the it is practical things also be there. I was in Ramakrishna Mission Institute of Culture in actually editor of cultural heritage volume. That time the Ramakrishna Mission is actually started these one courses, the Indological studies, because that the many doctors and engineers and lawyers, those are actually America and others country they visited and went there. They are face the problem. They are asked to. They are not asked the Indian physics, Indian science, or Indian laws because they are asking the Indian heritage and India actually Gandhi, Tagore's and other things. But they are not total knowledge. Their knowledge about the India because our curriculums because in science or engineering curriculum they are not incorporate to Indian knowledge system. These names comes, but the another way the Indology or Indian history is not there. So the history is the most important. If you not the know about your history, so that is actually problem in our history. Also, the more important because the that is also the so long. Actually, it was started from 7,000 BCE. That is also be more important. So this is the oldest civilization in world. So that's why we are proud for that. So the India so that you are all the teachers or participants, research scholars. So you have to that also the NEP also the incorporate the Indian knowledge systems and in government also the all central university and IITs they gave this actually fund and also they established these all the central university established these the centers for Indian knowledge system to study. So I come to the actually the Indian knowledge is whole world actually two knowledge systems the controlling the one the Greek knowledge systems that is also the controlled by the whole West and Indian knowledge systems that is controlled by the East. So this actually, what is the difference between that? So this raised the issues also the Tagore's also the Hibbert lectures. He also the argument also we started the how the East actually the East but Eastern knowledge systems that the Indian knowledge system how they are actually multicultural and multilinguistics acceptance also be there. Tagore's and actually later on the Radhakrishnan, he published these books also. He later on also with the actually same raise the issues also with there. His books is also the published by the Oxford publication, the East and West. So, what are the difference between the Greek and Greek actually knowledge systems? The Greek knowledge systems also the actually they are uh, they these knowledge systems also the more importance in supporting the supporting for civilizations, many civilization, they influenced by the actually Roman and also the later times the European many actually civilized dynasty and later times many countries, the whole European countries. There are also the different them. The in West there is also the if we anyone raise the voice the against this actually anyone their cultures and other things, or they are argument they are actually argument the new argument also they started, but they actually they are not existence because they are lost their lives. Where example also with the first race the Jesus also in the argument also started Jesus and Jesus you know that Jesus lost the lives, not only Jesus but also the many people also be there, the names also be there. The same things you can India. What are the Indian lands? There is also the in 6th century BCE. That times the Upanishadic thoughts there encounters the powerful Brahmanical powers, and not only that, the 300 sect also the against the popular sect is the Buddha and Mahavir, Jainism and Ajovik all are not Goraknath. They are actually encounters the Brahmanican religion and powers, and but the Buddha also the Buddha in he propagated his ideas or his religion or his thoughts. The 80 years age of 80 years. Nobody actually they are not all the leaders. They are not they sacrifice the lives in not in you can see that the Archimedes many people the Greeks they are also the in Europe there is also the problems in not only that the later times also the Vivekananda and others they are also the new encounters the in the Indian culture, Indian religion, basically Hindu religion, and he also the Vedantic, new Vedantic concept also the established. So Vivekananda also the acceptance till now. So that is also the two different knowledge systems, also the existence, and there is also the we can I know we know that that is also the culturally and also the spiritually the different approach also be there. So we are come to the actually Indian our focus on the Indian knowledge systems. That is also the this actually debate also we started in 19th century also the 20th century later on because the first the Bankim Chandra they raised these issues and he wrote this novel many novels the important novels Anandamot and songs the Vande Mataram and he wrote the and also the Tagore's he also established the in 1901 in Shantiniketan. There also the school, Brahmacharya school, that is a school, and also the 1920 he established this actually Bengali mediums in school and university and Vishwabharati, and that is also he encountered the Ram Mohan and also the Indian knowledge systems. They established the Upanishad, the best of Upanishad in Tagore's, and later we can see the the same times, the Vivekananda also the Chicago book, Chicago World Parliament Religion. They are also the Vivekananda raised the voice, and he also the what are the Indian cultures, and he propagated the Indian thoughts, and actually his guru and Ramakrishna, the Jatamat of the path, because these multicultural thoughts also be in India. That is not only that, that is the influence the actually whole Asia. We are connected the whole Asia by the religion, the Buddhism, Jainism, and also the not only that, but also the AP culture, the whole Southeast Asia. There is also influenced, and Brahmanical culture also the influenced the whole Asia. That is also the argument also the 20th century and 19th century, and the against these Tagores there is a lot of Bengali newspaper and the defame the Tagores, and they are established the we are ascetic society, and they are explored the Indian knowledge system there, but the now they open these sources and the letters by William Jones and his mother. That also his mother's will asked to William Jones, why you are established the ascetic society for explore the Indian knowledge systems. They but the Jones also wrote the this later also the you can get it in website of British Museum website, and there are also the in big letters, and these letters also be there. The we are I am not interested to explore the Indian knowledge systems, Indian heritage, Indian cultures, but my objective also be there to establish the ascetic society to derooted the Indian cultures. That's why the Tagores and others they are not actually he is not writings and not attended the ascetic society and is writing. That is also be there. You can understand this why the actually long times the Indian knowledge system is suppressed by the power Indian actually colonial powers. So this is the oldest technology, and we can getting this actually Bhimbatka, that is World Heritage Site. This site, they actually the cave painting, this cave painting, this we can getting this that actually the technology they are use these actually colors, and also the technique. We can see the technique, that is this technique and colors also the uses continuation to many actually caves and their uses. The man control this actually, and the animals, or the animal and man the relation. They started by the Bhimbatka. That is also example. We are next the actually great intellectual contribution the Indian culture, that is the Harappa. You know this Harappa, all these things, they highly developed civilizations and careful planned the organized cities, the well organized government, and all are there. But that is also be there. We are actually so sophisticated, actually civilized, actually civilization, and that civilization also the why the civilization that times, because this civilization first the maritime trade, the trading systems, the now the maritime trade we are focusing, and whole world this trade is a more important from the actually any civilization that time the maritime trade the utilize they have started the sailboats and to travel the actually connected the Russia and present Iran, and also the Iraq, Arabia, and other countries also, I mean Africa. They are using, they actually seal the Indus seal. We are Mesopotamia, we are getting these many places. The seal systems, and That is also the debate they which actually India's people might have borrowed the ideas of actually seal to mark of the Mesopotamia, or there is also the another. We are not actually know what are these actually. What are these actually India's people borrowed or anyhow, but the seal culture, the it was started in actually 4000 BCE. That seal also the continuation. This also the uses the seal India's people for business purpose, official purpose, and that seal also the we can coming later times also the we are the whole world the uses the seal. That is also contribution Indian knowledge, Indian seal, the Indian knowledge systems. The India first gave the seal the uses for in the world peoples, so not in others. So that is also the seal. The we are the two seals. You can see the seal for Mesopotamia and seal for Indus. There are also the similarity also with there, and that similarity we are actually thinks about that the exchange cultures or culturally influenced the both civilization Mesopotamia and Indus. But the seal the you are uses the seal and also the your office, you are seal the uses your university, and that seal actually it was the contribution and from the Indus civilization. We are come to the actually later times. You can see the Lothal, the actually oldest dock. You are this dock. The actually the time period is 2400 BCE to 1600 BCE. So that times also the actually sophisticated actually the port they established the Harappa people, the Indus people, and they are they are exchange and the ship also the from the maritime trade, from the port they are actually connected the Iraq, Iran, when present Iraq, Iran, when Mesopotamia and all these countries they are connected. And main actually in this Lothal, mainly the beads and gems and ornaments. That is also there a trade, basic trade also with it, and we can in these artisans because the Lothal that times the big city, and this that is also the so sophisticated big city the compared to the other port city. There are also cover drain and the actually road pattern, road systems, very sophisticated, and we are connected still now. We are actually that this Lothal also the located in Gujarat. Is the Gujarat in that place we are the many actually ornament and beads cutting artisans groups still now existence the and the Gujarat also highest actually the highest actually export the ornaments the ornaments and also the gems still now. The continuation this culture also the in Gujarat. This is also the Lothal the museum. We can actually I visited twice this Lothal, and that is also that Lothal site museums, and also this is also the Lothal and also that also the port heating systems at Lothal, because that is also the most important actually in dock and also that is also the how to the sophisticated the dockyard plan, and the now the our Calcutta port and also the in Bombay port. This that is also no difference between the Lothal plan and still now. So that is also with the interlocking brick system. That is also the most Indian knowledge systems is the most important. The interlocking brick system means that the two actually bricks and one bricks there is also the interlock, and that is also so sophisticated and sophisticated and scientific and strong. They actually this is this is also the way very scientific, and that is also the acceptance the whole world. Nobody knows the it is came from the Harappa, the still now the modern cultures, the modern civilization. This is also you can see, and that is also the same actually, and also not only that the brick size, and also the length and height size also that is also the most important the contribution the Harappa, and also the actually barn bricks. The still now we are actually barn bricks we can use the for the actually for making these houses or buildings. So that is also the actually more importance. This is also the you can example the Indian civilization contribution to whole world. We are not actually know that the our knowledge system how strong the deeply rooted. The people also the claim they are not claiming we are not claiming we are not claiming we are our contribution in the interlocking brick system, our actually technology the Western people also they used. So the you can see these actually standard measurement based ratios. This is also Lothal site museum. These ratios actually the still now we are any trading systems. The trade this is also the terracotta seal the Lothal, and the presents we can the weight and measurement the same systems also the continuation in that because the trade also the more sophisticated actually trading systems also started by the Indian civilization, and they are measurement systems also be very systematic. You can see that all these ratios also they also be there. So that is also the another contribution also be there. So we come to the another civilization that is also the Vedic literature, Vedic civilization, Vedic literatures. I can not detail all these things. What are the importance of the Vedic literature? That is also the two systems also be there. The Shruti systems. The actually Shruti means that the still now we are the Shruti patent also the you can village people also they are actually these systems also the continuation. So the Shruti literature, the all are Rig Ved, Samved, that is also Shruti, and also the Brahmana, Aranyaka, and Upanishad. That is also the Shruti. And Sriti literature means that you can memory. That is also the Purans and Tantra. All are there. There's a lot of literatures also be there. The Sriti, and that is the difference between the two continuation culture. The actually now also the culture they came from Vedic Vedic civilization and Vedic actually Vedic contribution, the Vedic cultures still now we are practices. The what are the based on the Vedic culture? They are also the value system and ethics actually, and that is also the based on the family. The our culturally the family is the most important in for this society. The UNDP actually UNESCO declared this 2007 the family year because the whole world, mostly the European countries, they are actually breaking this family. And now also the in our country also facing in the Asian country also facing the problems. But the family is a actually bricks of the society. That is also the family. How to the family existence? That is also they connected the trust and honesty, the fairness, respect each other, respect and responsibility. Our family is a bondage. Actually, we are living the family. We are bondage each others, the parents and grandparents, grandfather or mothers, and also also the children and family members. All the family members, they are also the bondage by the ethics and values. That is more important. So the in this all this Vedic culture, there is also they are focusing the three part of these actually human beings, their mind and body and soul. The European, actually Greek philosophy, Greek ethics, they are not actually acceptance the soul. The soul is not existence in European thoughts. So, but the in our cultures, in our thoughts process also developed based on soul. We are not actually important. So we are, our culture not important the body, but they are important the mind and also the soul. The body is a not important for that, but body is only for actually carriers, all the mind and soul. That is more important in Indian philosophy, Indian thoughts. That is also soul. So the you are coming the another area, that is also the epics. The epics, the Ramayana, Mahabharata, the great epics. There is also the uh, influence the not only the India but also whole Southeast Asia, and we are and East Asia also. We are now the connected the East Asia also. What are the basic things also the Ramayana and Mahabharata? This is also the epic. We get excavation of the Bibi Lal, and actually what are the site, the epic site. We are getting the epic site. So the Ramayana, that is also the most important actually epic. That is also the most influenced by the Indian cultures and also the uh, Asia, Southeast Asia, because you can, if you go to the Thailand, you can go to the Indonesia. There is also there also their Ramayana also be there. And India, the whole actually whole India, there is also the many language in Assamia language, Uriya, Bangla, and there is also translated the Ramayana. What is the important for Ramayana? Ramayana, the actually that is also they are relation history. They focus the whole Ramayana. They focus the relation history. That also the which type of the relation, because you know that the fathers and actually son, the relation, and brother to brother relation, actually husband to wife relation, friends to friends relation. They are a whole Ramayana. There are also there is also the one book, the Rajat Rai, the late Rajat Rai. He also wrote the one books, the history of the relation history. Relation. There is also the new interpret the history and how the actually Ramayana. They are the more connectivity. There is also the one human beings to another human beings. The why the Ram also the so important. The Ram one characters the in influence the whole the India. Yeah, there is also the Ram was actually ambitious, patient, confidence, visionaries, good organizers, and compassion, and always the positive views. That is also the all are positive things. Also the Valmiki, the actually the creative the hero of Ramayana. And also you are come to the Mahabharata. The Mahabharata, the another features also be there. There are also the matured urban characters. We can see there is a lot of characters also be there, and lot of actually the as they also their he also the many types of the contents and story also incorporate the Mahabharata. And if we the many things also the you can answer the actually relation Mahabharata also the linked with this present context also. So you know that the Ramayana and Mahabharata, the TV serial, they are also the selling. They are not the actually popular. They are not actually the bias of the Ram or Mahabharata. They're selling the Ram, and also the not only the India, the BBC also broadcast this the Ramayana. So the Mahabharata also be there. So the Mahabharata, you can see there is also I can just grip the idea there. The in Kurukshetra war, the Oksini also there is also the composition for the soldiers. So the one actually 10 Okini means that one the total units, the 2 lakhs 18 uh, 2,18,700 actually soldiers. So the actually total soldiers, the actually 10 units, the total soldiers also be there. Not only that, the animals also be there, and how to the management systems. The management systems also be in one PhD going on in under me. The Mahabharata, the management systems all be the Kurukshetra, and also the huge actually people, their food, the supplying food, the treatment patterns, they are also be the elaborately discussion how the management, the how to the controlling the ethics also be there, and also they are also not maintain this ethics also. There are also similarity also be there, the conflict between that the and Mahabharata. So there are also a lot of characters. That is also the characters. The the actually Orjuno, Cardno. That is this the Orjuno, the carriage. The you can the carriage, and Abhimanyu and Ghatatkash. They know that the commitment is more important. They know the life is actually not there if you the enters. So the commitment, and actually the many Yudhishthir, the patience, and the obedience, Bhima, the obedience also be there. These characters, and that is also the actually the Mahabharata, Ramayana, so Mahabharata also the populars. So you can see this one example. The dog actually, Yudhishthir, when he reached the heaven, he never entered this actually without the dog. The dog is one actually. That is also you can see the relation. I can start this at the Bhimbatka, the animal and man, the relation. That is also be there. The Yudhishthir also the then that times the actually asked to Yudhishthira, why you are left this your wife, you left your brothers, the why not you left your dog? But that is also the good answers to Yudhishthir. And lastly, he enters with the his liable dog with this actually in heaven. So the animal loving systems, there is also the now this so popular the in Manaka Gandhi, when this is actually when the bill, the animal protection bill in parliament, he actually see presented that times he also sorry see also the good example in Mahabharata to the many Buddha Jatok story. There also you can collected this speech, the Manaka Gandhi in parliament libraries also. So the that is also the actually I visited in Thailand, the one Ramayana, the international Ramayana conference. That is also you can see the left side, that is also Indonesia, and right side there is also actually Bangkok. The there is also the another form and also if you visit the Indonesia, there is a Guru is a actually the national emblem in the Indonesia, the Muslim population countries. So that is also the influence of the Mahabharata and Ramayana in the whole Southeast Asia. So we come to the actually banking systems. The now the present banking systems we are the rooted from we are guild. The guild is a actually they are the supported from the traders and merchant and artisans groups. We are a lot of actually guild, the reference from Buddhist and Jain text, and how to the formation, and the same the actually if you the read it, the bank history of bank Indian bank, there is also the two chapters also be there, the guild, Indian guild system. So that is also not only that the 2200 BCE to 300 BC, that is not actually that time, but that is later times also you can see the Chola times, and that is also with theirs. So the actually the Indian knowledge system, the expanding the whole world, that is also the Buddhism. the Ashoka, the first king, he was this actually two types of the actually expanding the Indian knowledge systems. The one actually the Buddhist ideas and also the trade. So the that is also the you can see these that the Buddhisms and also the another trade travel route in 8th century and the Palo period and that later times and Gupta period. There is also the whole Southeast Asia that dominating by the Indian trade and cultures and all these trade routes. There is also the actually not only traders, there are also the Indian religious leaders and also the priests. They went there with the traders. The same things also the you can Britishers when came that also the their missionaries came with the British. So that is also with the so the Buddhist actually the Buddhisms the why the Buddhisms so popular in Southeast Asia because the Buddha fast the you can see they are actually argument of the Saronists. The Buddha fast actually greed is the hate the delusion also the most important thing. They just create the false ego and lastly the dukkha is the most important. The dukkha is a actually in Buddhism, there also the argument is the you are no self because there is no self and all things are impermanent because we are always claiming that all are permanent and my phone the this phone is my phone the laptop is but Buddha is there is no permanent self. So if you know that there is no permanent, so dukkha, actually the dukkha is not coming. They are happiness people. I can just idea of the whole Buddhism. Why the Buddhism also the popular. The one man asks to Buddha, I want actually happiness. Lord Buddha says they actually said that these actually the traders, the one Sresti, the trader came, they asked this. The Lord Buddha said, they first remove the I. I is that the ego. Ego is a actually, if you egoless person, so you are more happy. And next, remove the wants. The wants means that the desires. So if you actually and there is only happiness. If you in expectation, if you the expectation, your expectation, and you are happiness. That base of the happiness index also established this actually Bhutan. So this is the actually one important knowledge actually stored because the university when inverse knowledge systems the Nalanda is actually is a lot of actually I can speak in all in many places the Nalanda cultures how to the control the whole Southeast Asia. So Nalanda is the one of the university. That university also the actually the modern education systems also with the Nalanda also the uh, actually the autonomy systems also with there. They are also the residential residential university and also the that times also the admission test they also with there. So the Nalanda also the more important influence not only the India but also the Southeast Asia and Asia because the many foreign students came to actually Nalanda. So the seal again the seal came the Nalanda seal. This is the university seal. The Nalanda seal. We are getting these many monastery. This the same seal. So we actually that is also there. The Nalanda also the controlling this all these Sampur Mahaviyars and others actually. Salmon Mohavir, all that, the Mohavir and Indonesia, many places also in Southeast Asia, many monastery, we are getting the seal, and also we are actually in our this is also the you can see the same the two deers, the Salmon Mohavir. and they're getting the seal. The Salmon Mohammed also the controlled by the actually the Nalanda, and Nalanda affiliated actually that, and that the exchange program also be there, the student exchange programs, and also the teachers exchange program also be there. The Assam University seal, that there is seals also, the I can talking about that, the seal no, actually systems, the system also started by the Harappa, and that is also continuation to modern people also. Our university also they affiliated many colleges, so many colleges de-affiliated. The same things also actually maintenance by the Nalanda. So the happiness index also the most important in now the Bhutans. The that is also the, if you how you are begin the happy, the more important the actually the Bhutan governments, they are also the psychological well-being. If you the psychologically, emotionally, or spiritually, you are not control your mind, so the other things not actually not, that is also the so many parameters also be there. They try to all these parameters to implement in the Bhutan. They are also the new actually this is the old systems, that not, this is the actually new parameters. They are also GNH. They are actually their main objectives, the 2047s, they're reaching this whole actually Bhutans, the GNH, and they are also now the GNH, the acceptance by the UNDP. First times the Amartya Sen and others, they are not accepted this GNH, but now they are also they accepted, because the whole world the actually gradually gradually the psychological suffering also the gradually increasing. So that also the ENDP also rethink that also the NGNH. So this is also the Buddhist ideas that is also implement the Bhutans. And Bhutan now the Bhutan is the separate, but that time the Bhutan also the part of India. So I come to the again the Lothal. The Lothal actually, this actually you can see this till now the our the artisans group that is called the Kumor. They are making the same potteries in your village. If you cite the village site, so the same pottery systems also be there, and this technology, the continuation from that the 2400 BCE from the still now the this technology, these knowledge systems also be there. And this technology actually you can see the Sompur Mohavir, the terracotta, the burning process, that is also the this also this is also the three part, one the making, another the burning process. This is also the terracotta. There is a third time burn process. This is the so sophisticated actually burning process. They are not actually, you can see the in any artisans group we can visit it, many artisans places. The Sompur Mohavir now the Rajshahi district in Bangladesh, there are also the many Kumor Para also be there, the Kumor village, the Kumor Para, their village also be there. There are some the Muslim also be there, that they are making this actually the terracotta, and also the all these actually the earthing all these materials. But the burning process also the same thing. And this is also that this Sompur Mohavir, this terracotta, they actually 800 CE, and still now the how to the existence. This is also Dinajpur, Bangladesh, a Kantu Kantajio temple. I visited the last years. There's the international seminars. They are also the same process also they applied. This is also 17th century. They established this actually Kanto Devi, Kanto Jio Mandir temple in Dinajpur. We are compared this. There is also also the artisans groups in. You can see the Bishnupur the in West Bengal, and not only that the Bishnupur, there West Bengal, the Birbhum, Bakura, there are also a lot of Kumorpara, Kumor village, Kumorpara, and the villages they also be there. They are making the terracotta and terracotta the artisans and others groups. The you can see the Gujarat, the Dholavira, the another actually site, the last site. There is also the crisis of the waters. The waters also the how to the last drop of the water we can collecting. That the making of the well. You can see the how to the scientific way they are making the actually well, and also the last drop of the water they how to the collected. This process also the if you visit in Gujarat, the 7th century and also the 18th century, the in Rajasthan, Jaipur. There are also the same well. I visited this well and I have the photographs. So these the Mohenjo-daro, the well, and that is also the great bath. Even class 5 to and now also be there. What are the important the gate bath? That is also the you can see the how to the sophisticated actually measurement. This measurement also the we actually many mathematicians they are actually present scientists, and they are actually actually IIT Kharagpur, IIT Kharagpur, they Dr. Bhattacharya, he also the paper published this paper based on this measurement, how the sophisticated measurement, and they can use this that times. So the another thing also the in one PhD under me, the history of Bath, actually Straner Itihas, this is the Bengali, the how to the bathing systems, the actually more oldest systems in our culture. The Harappa also be there, the gate bath, there also the bathing process also be there, and we are the three actually marriage and actually bath ritual, marriage rituals, and death rituals. Bathing also the more important in Indian cultures. So you can see the that is also Dholavira. There is also the reservoirs, and actually they are also the getting bath. And this is also the Kumbh Mela. You can this is also collecting this actually depending the 1850s. They say the Kumbh Mela also the bathing bathing fair. The Kumbh Mela means that everybody goes, everybody attending this Mela for bath. The that is also the continuation. The you can last years you can see that the huge people actually came and attending for bathing. So the Chhat Puja, that is the another actually bathing. This is sun actually worship of the sun. The another bathing rituals and another the festivals. Also the Bihar, UP, and there is so much popular. The Chhat Puja. That is also the bath based on the bath and the sun. Actually, that is more important. The Ganga Sagar Mela, the actually post Sankranti, they everywhere. In Tripura also, I know that the many places also be there. They are bathing systems in that post Sankranti. The young people also be they are actually bath, and not only that the every village they are also the Puskarani, and also the actually poor or ponds. So we can talk about and the bathing there also everybody bath on the systems. They, and Greek knowledge system, they actually naval knowledge systems. We can know that these books and these books also they actually focus the how to the actually ship buildings process, and also they are the how they are connected, the route also with the, and there are many types of the problems within the ships. They are described this the plus of Athenian Sea. That is also Silk Road. The Silk Road connected this actually India also, and that is the world's largest route, and that route also the knowledge route also, because there are not only the traders trade also going, there are also the many culture, the exchange culture also be expanding the through the Silk Road. The that is also be there. the you know that the first the Khyber Pass, the Afghanistan, the this pass also the Alexander came. The Alexander first came this the actually and interact the Indian intellectuals. The because the Megasthenes and many intellectuals that came, and also the new ideas actually India accepted, and that place also very important, the Khyber Pass, and that's why the America and Russia, they are captured the Afghanistan, because the that is most, if we the Khyber Pass if we control, so the Ashok, Samrat Ashok, he captured this actually Afghanistan, and lot of he established the Buddhist monasteries in that place. So that is also be there. We come to the another ideas, another knowledge system, that is also the Jain ethos, Jainism. That is also the Mahavir also they propagated, and before that there are also the 23rd Tirthankar also be there. Their main things also, what are the Jainism, because the three actually ideas, they are based on the Jain philosophy: Samak Darshan and Samak Gyan and Samak actually conduct. That is also the, if we actually same actually darshan means that you are not different between each and others. Actually they are not different between poor and rich person. And gain also the rational knowledge also be required, and the your charitra means that actually conduct your, actually there is also be more actually important, the rational conduct also be there. So the there are this is also the I can give it that also the, if we the same thing also the Sobongala temple, Jain temple, the same place, the how to the each other they actually taking food and waters, because it is not possible, but they are imagination, and actually Jain philosophy, their imagination that way. uh, and you can see that the all these animals, the animal loving, I just last year Poshimongo Itihas Sanchad, I delivered the presidential lectures. That is also the based on the relation between man and animal in ancient India. That is also the, you can actually focus that the our actually our religion, the most of the religion, they are also linked, deeply linked with these animals. And you can see these all the Tirthankar, they are also the animal, and you the Mahavir, they are also the lion, Parshvanath, the snakes, and all are there. The all the animals also be there. They not only that, only they are incorporate the animals, their religion, and that is also the most important, the Jainism. You there actually you can use these marks. I can actually many in the pandemic time, I talking the many lecture on the marks. The marks is not actually, that is the Indian culture. The marks is the use the is started by the Jain people for the protect the actually the insect, the insect people insect, because there is also the micrograins areas, the people's actually lives, they are also the protect. But we are protect the COVID times, we are actually protect myself. That is a different actually ideas. The Jain ideas is that the save the life from those are not powerful, are, and we are actually use these actually marks for the save life, our life. So the marks is not the actually in American actually these the corona marks, they are also the selling the Amazon, the $2 billion, they actually they earning the $200 billion. They are actually whole world. They are selling the marks. These marks also the only for Indian ideas. This is also the the hoarding. The hoarding not for the actually American calls bills. The he also not started this actually hoarding. the hoarding also started the Samrat Ashok, the Samrat Ashok in the 3rd century BCE. This is also the rock edict, and that rock edict also the Ashoka actually ideas. They are the state ideas. They are also the engraved this actually the rock in many pillars and other sides. Okay, so the that is also the our knowledge. These rock these the hoarding systems. The our hoarding systems also be there. The you know that the quarantine that is also be there. This is also the our quarantine patterns also we are in our culture also be there. If we actually death rituals, there are also the 21 days, 1 month quarantines, one families, and birth rituals. There's also they are also the newborn babies and also mother. They are also the actually quarantines. The one houses that is called the switch god. Many types of the names also be there. The switch god or others names also be in popular in the village level. So the why they are actually quarantined, the because that the any the death we they did not know in that times actually what are the causes actually death. So the any actually so the if you not the any problems from the disease the in out the expanding the disease, so they isolate it. This practice also be the Indian culture also be there. So the you can show the now the so popular the world actually the world yoga day, and UNESCO also the actually declared this actually Jog. But the Jog is a very ancient concept, the Patanjali, and not only the Patanjali, but also the one PhD and going on. He will actually, my scholar, that is also the history of Jog. That is also the Jog, also the rooted from these actually Ved, and gradually the Patanjali also collected, and also the Yoga Sutras also the more important books, and this also the now the so popular. The actually Vivekananda when he was in America, he also published these 4 books: the Raj Jog, Gyan Jog, Karma Jog, and Bhakti Jog. But that times actually people not accepted these Vivekananda ideas. But now the people also the joke also so popular, and not only the India and but also the old world, and the world people also they accepted, because there is the many other causes also be there. We are not actually discuss this because you can just give idea these what are these actually, because the people also accepted, because that the joke also the so scientific way is maintain this actually your minds and also the your body, so that people accept it. The now the sexual sex education in the modern syllabus, but the Basa and the Kama Sutra, there is also the lot of discussions the 2nd century CE, the how to the actually the goals of the lives, and dharma, artho, kamo, and moksha. There are also lot of actually example also with there. What are the sex education is required, and that is also the 10th century. The how what are the that society also the more actually open, and people also accepted the Basayan. And you know the Charak Samhita, the now the Ayurvedic also the so popular because you now the Patanjali company, and also the and Davor. There are so many actually market, the huge market, because the Charak also the started this in the that is also 9th century to that is also in another debate. The what are the Charak Ayurvedic also, the Ayurvedic is not only Charak Samhita, there is also the in earliest times also they use, and Ramayana also the so many treatment process also be there. But that is also the, and now actually the modern medical science also the accepted the Ayurvedic. So the Silpo Shastro, there is also the engineering systems. Now the Kharagpur IIT, they are also they accepted the Silpo Shastro, and they are making this many ways of actually they are also the publish this lot of 3 4 papers I have they downloaded, and lot of papers also be there. They how to they incorporate the modern technology to that, also the ancient technique also be there they applying. So you can see that is also the ground plan, the planning systems. You know that the early times also be there, the Silpashastra detail also be there. So the that is also ground plan, and that is also temple, and all are the in the, this is also be there the engineering patterns, engineering systems. So strong, you can lot of Vedaswar temple, Jagannath temple. You can see that the lot of temples, how to the architectures, actually sophisticated architectures. The example of the based on the actually Silpa Shastra. The Vastu Shastra also the importance. There are also the architectures. There the in Mahabharata also. They are also the making this the palace, the Yudhishthira. That is also be they use this Vastu Shastra, and a lot of Vastu Shastra example is there. And later times also the Vastu and which are the actually pattern methods, all are there. And we are talking this the animal relation. They are the Bahon. You can see the Indian culture. There are also the Bahon. There are also Bahono, the gods and goddesses. There are also the own Bahono also be there. When carrying the god and goddesses. The and you can see the cat, and cat also the Sosti, the one goddesses. The cat also the actually the Bahono. So the all these I have a paper. They publish this paper. That is also the Purans. A lot of Purans they are imagination, or they are the explanation, the how the actually the Bahon importance for actually god and goddesses. And same the you can if you the mantras, the respect, because all the mantras are the same. It is not that the actually the worshipping of the Sosti. There is also the worshipping also cat. That is also mandatory, and also the many gods and goddesses. There are also the peacock and snakes also be there, and the Kartiko. There is also the both the actually the peacock, and snakes. They are the enemy each others, but they are coexistence. They are also be these join also the coexistence in lions and goat, and same thing also the in Puran many our the Bahana system. There are also there are also the enemy and peacock, or the enemy both of animal, their existence also be there. So if you Bodhisattva tree, there are a lot of actually example of the Jataka stories and Buddhist stories. Buddha, there is also the actually a lot of Bahanos. Means the animal existence also be there, and this is also Indonesia Panchatantra. The Panchatantra is the most important books. The based on the animal. All the characters is actually animal. Amartya Sen they deliver the lectures, is the novel lectures. They are also he also they used several times the Panchatantra, because the Panchatantra, the message, the very most important. It is also the actually not only the India, this idea also the expanding the whole Southeast Asia. This is also translated the Panchatantra in Arabic, and also the from Arab to in actually it is the West in from Arab to Europe. This actually expanding these ideas the Panchatantra, because Panchatantra the one of the books these books also if we read it, so the imagination that times the idea actually actually value systems. They are trying to develop the value systems to in that society, the which value system we are suffering still now. So you are actually when you are the crossing the cat in modern times, you are stop this your car. The I can actually there is also superstition that is also be there, and I can start this study, and we can see these Buddhist text, and Buddha also traveled the whole lives. He also traveled, and Buddha actually talking that actually talking the his disciple when they cross this one animal, he actually he gave this vachono, means that advice to stop, because that the one animal cross means that the another animal comes. So if you cross the one animal, if you not stop, so the animal next animal kill to you. So this is actually animal psychology also be there. They are actually group, they are cross, they are going to the not only alone, the one animal to another animal. So that's why this culture continuation, because the one cat cross means that the animal another cat is there. So that is also the continuation. The culturally we are knowing unknowing, the many things also be there. If you study what are be there are also the many actually superstitions also be there. So many knowing unknowing, we are practices our actually cultures. So actually we are come to the northeast part, because the northeast means the Assam. There are also the lot of actually documentation systems developed. That is also the Burunji systems. There are also there are lot of Burunji, and the Burunji the first the Burunji, there is also reports from the actually outposts, the officers, because this is same systems also be there. They present in Thana, at the police station. The police station every day they are reporting, and their diary is the most important, and that is also the this Burunji also the same pattern the role play. And not only that, the reports of the neighboring politics as in frontiers, and Kakati Burunji, the reports of the ambassadors. This is our ambassadors also the everyday reporting the actually ministry, the foreign ministry. So the that is also the another Burunji, the most important. The that is also the we can compare to the Silpo Sastro. That is also Asomia Silpo Sastro, the Changrong Burunji, the architecture plan. They estimate the plan also be there. The Maidan, bridges, temples, that is also be there. So this the Burunji systems, the Burunji patterns, the documentation, the another types of the knowledge systems also developed in actually Ahom kings, and this is also Tripura, also the Tripura Burunji also be there, and Tripura the chronicles Rajmala, that is also the one type of the documentation, and or actually the whole Manikok dynasty. This actually Shivdol was actually when a Shivo temple in Shiv Sagar. They, you know that the in Assam in northeast, the highly seismic when a earthquake zone. When any times the buildings when a earth high frequency earthquake was happening, and so but the still now the all the temples, the what are they make what were the making by the Ahom king, now still now existence. What are the technology? The technology we can publish these papers. The actually the Shivdol in Shivsagar, their whole actually temples. They are also the tank also be there. There the Gunosagar tank, a whole actually temple, the outside the temple, the water tank also be there. And water tank also not only that, they are also digging process also be there. The water the spring when they know that water, the water also be there. They are digging this tank. So the water reservoir, the water also the whole time the reserve water also be there. So when they actually this is the last weekend photographs. The where the earthquake, the where the earthquake start, the water tank, the frequency of the earthquake they raised. They say they also the actually protect, and the first the water tank, the second water tank, they are not cross the actually the frequency the earthquake. So the temple also they protect. That is also be there. The that is also the most important technology in the Ahom dynasty. This technology also the still these most of the temple the existence. And you are also the know that the Maidan also this year the World Heritage Site declared. The world this is also the one of the World Heritage Site. What is Maidan? The Maidan actually the pyramid, the concept of the pyramid in actually you know that you visit everybody the Egypt, they are focusing the actually pyramid, but same types of the practice also the in Ahom king. They are actually the oldest we are getting this record, the 1848, the Royal Aesthetic Society, the journal, they published this actually the Moidan. There are also the what is actually there is also there are good articles also be there, and the Moidan also they are the royal uh, actually royal people, the Thai Ahom dynasty, the 13th 19th century, they are actually thinking that the Moidan actually their home after death of the king, they are actually developed the chamber the under this earth under the actually earth, and they are actually many houses they're building the houses, and all these the food goods actually, and they Moidan have a grave of goods such as the food, horses, elephant, all these things also be there, even the servant also be there. So this is also actually this year they declared this the World Heritage Site. This is the another actually Moidan, the Archaeological Survey of India. They excavated, and this Moidan in Sibsagar, there are also three chamber also be there. Means that three uh, actually chamber means the three buildings area under the earth. So if you enter, there are also the Moidan, and also the animal treatment systems, the you know the horse is the most important animal, and that is also that in ancient times to the actual British times, also the colonial period, also the and still now the horse also the important. So the we can the text we can getting the text so Salini Hatro Samhita, there is also in elaborate discussion that the how the treatment process of the horses. This is the actually in horse actually their food, which type of food requirement of the word, and many actually problems. The horse lifestyle, how they are controlling the horse. So all are there. The discussion this actually text. The another text also the in this is also the actually Hostivitarao in Ahom King. also the text also with there. The one PhD under me, you also the getting this actually thesis also the history of elephant descriptions, the many different actually different types of the elephant, what types of the elephant existence in actually in Assam's, and the mode of their modes, their actually food habits, their characters, and how do they control the medicine. All are their description also be there, and also the actually paintings, the good paintings also be there. The very many paintings also they host with Karabo. They another also the important text of the elephant in Assam. That is also published text. The that is you can see the in Tripura the Unokoti the Unokoti the Unokoti also also the papers. They are also the Unokoti short. I have a books also the history of religion of Tripura. My PhD area thesis topics is Tripura. So the now the I can connected these all these things in Southeast Asia because the Unokoti the that is also the Unokoti short. The many way I can analysis that. But what are these new ideas we are developed, and that is also published on papers. This also the Devaraju cult. This cult also the popular in Cambodia, and Devaraju cult also the in Rajmala, and also the king the Trilochon the also the one king. And he also actually Devaraju cult means the king became actually god in Devata. That is also the ideas. So these ideas also we maybe in Olokoti short. So we can same things. This is also the Cambodia. This is also the Olokoti, and this is also Cambodia, and also the Cambodia. You can see that is also the Devaraju cult, and this cult also the linking the linked with this the same concept also be there in Cambodia. So we are assume that there is also the trade route, and they are also the same artisans groups also be there. They are making this the same concept also be there. So the Devraju called this idea, that idea also the popular in Cambodia, and that the same thing. This also Unukuti short. You can see this the Unukuti. There also the Mustak also be there. You can see the Mustak, but in the Sibo we are not getting the Mustak. So that is maybe Tiloshan, the king, Maniko king. We are associated, but we are not getting this definition, any definite actually any definite archaeological sources, any inscription, coin, or other things. But the by actually trade route we can we can identify the many trade route also with there that areas actually the Tripura, Pilak, and also the Cambodia. That is also the linked also with there, and from this actually from the Nalanda, and not only Nalanda, the Pataliputros, and all the Sarnath. That is also the linked, and many trade route also with there. So trade route based, and these also this idea also they developed. Our idea also developed. The Devaraja card also maybe the existence also the ideas also the Rajmala, Trilochon the king. Actually he also the claiming as a Sibo, and that is also there is also the link with this knowledge, Indian knowledge influence the in Tripura also the influenced or Cambodia or Cambodia influenced of the Tripura. So thanking you. So any question? So you can ask this question. The 5 minutes or 10 minutes also be there.
Hello, dear participants. If you have any question, any
Hello.
doubts, that is with us. So
Yes.
Sir, just hello, sir. Am I
Hello.
audible?
Yes.
Sir, you
Yes.
show the sculpture of Cambodia and the Unokoti rock cut sculpture. So you have shown the similarities. Are the these are the sculptures are contemporary made on contemporary period or uh, I just want to know the age time period of this sculpture.
Unokoti time period, it is 7th century, 8th century, and there are also debated in 12th century also. Okay, but we are not getting the any inscription, anything.
Yes,
But
sir.
the iconographical, if we compare, that will also be there. But the Cambodia, there is later times, but it is not the actually the similar. We are Devaraja called this idea, the concept that is also be there. So this is also we can compare. We are not getting this any definite archaeological evidence, inscription, coins, or anything. But the trade route also be there. That is also the we are established the trade route through the Unokuti that areas. So the passing the because this area only for that area, uh, the small rock actually rock cut art, because in not in others areas. Okay, so we are trace the only for the very small scale area, there is also the rock cut, but still now we are not getting any inscription anything. So we are not definitely
For
the
Cambodia also there is no
time period is
inscription.
time. Huh? Cambodia,
The,
the Cambodia, there is also the Kane dynasty. That is also later times.
no, sir, I'm asking that is there any inscription found with this sculpture?
No, there is no inscription. There is no any definite archaeological evidence still now. But we are trying to actually the same similarity also be there, because there are also Rajmala, Trilochon king also be there. These there is description also be there Devarajo, because he claimed that he is a Shivo. Okay. And Unokoti, there is also Unokoti shot. There is also Mustak also be there. The Gop also be there. Sibir Gop এভাবে পাই না. So that is also the we are not getting that. So that is also the we are trying to develop that ideas.
Okay, sir.
Any other
I
question?
think
Anything?
I think there is no question. So I would like to take a minute for the vote of thanks. So, respected Professor Prajit Kumar Palit sir, esteemed participants, and dear colleagues, on the behalf of organizing team and participants, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for your enlightening and deeply engaging lecture on Indian knowledge system. Your vast scholarship and insights have greatly enriched our understanding of how traditional Indian knowledge can be meaningful, integrated into modern education as uh, envisioned in the NEP 2020. And thank you, sir, for uh, connecting with the roots of the ancient knowledge system and the modern education system and its implication. So, thank you, sir, for your time, expertise with us today. So, we are truly honored by your presence and contribution to this program. Thank you, sir.
So thank you. So anybody any question anything? So send this mail. My mail also be there in slide. So thank you. So I leaving Smita.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So, good afternoon, sir. Sir, Nag, good afternoon. Shall we start, sir?
Yes, I am ready.
Hel- Yes,
Can
sir.
you
Hello, sir.
I could- Can you see now?
Yes, sir. PPT is visible and readable also.
Okay.
Shall we start, sir?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Good afternoon, respected Professor Sarna and dear participants. It is a great honor and privilege to welcome you all in the last technical session of the program. This session is graced by the presence of one of the most distinguished academicians and visionary administrators of our time, Honorable Professor Prithvish Nag. Professor Nag is a gold medalist from Banaras Hindu University and a globally respected geographer with unmatched contribution in the field of cartography, population geography, geoinformatics, and digital mapping. He has served with distinction as the Vice Chancellor of four renowned universities: Mahatma Gandhi Kashi Vidyapit, DDU Gorakhpur University, uh, Sampuranand Sanskrit Vishwavidyalaya, and UP Rajashri Tandon Open University. Honorable Professor Nag has held several prestigious positions at the national and international level, including as several Surveyor General of India, Director of NATMO, Scientist at ISRO, and UN Consultant in ONAM. He has also undertaken postdoctoral research at the School of Oriental and African Studies, University of London, and is a fellow of the Royal Geographical Society, London. His academic legacy includes the authorship and editorial contribution to over 135 research papers and 77 books, covering a wide spectrum of topics in geography, Indian mapping, geospatial policy and developmental studies. He has chaired multiple national and international committees, including the International Steering Committee on Global Mapping, and served as an expert for various DST initiatives under the Government of India. More recently, Honorable Professor Nag served as visiting professor as IIT BHU and contributed as principal expert in international project in China, and underlying his continuing influence in both national and global academic circles. Sir, it is a matter of immense pride and honor for us to have you in this session. And sir, we are eagerly waiting you to listen you. And now we now warmly welcome Honorable Professor Prithvish Nag to deliver his address. Sir, the platform
Okay.
is yours now.
Thank you, Smita, for the nice words. Uh, Friends, I will be talking on a different topic. I was just listening the last lecture, which was on archaeology of Tripura and comparison with other countries, Southeast Asian countries. Here I will be talking about the challenges for teachers in higher education institutions following the implementation of NEP 2020. A lot of good things have been said, a lot of big initiatives have been taken for following the NEP, but how this will affect the teachers in higher education institutions, this is the topic I would like to discuss and share with you. This is not a very theoretically constructed lecture, but it is outcome of the practical experiences in my different capacity, which has been just mentioned by Smita, that different capacity, how I felt that this is where the challenges are there for teachers like you all. I presume that you are from all, either from colleges or from universities, which are associated with today's activity. So I will address the problems which you may be likely to face. Let me discuss about some trends. What is uh, what are the trends in higher education at the moment? You see, there are several number of universities around uh, more than 2,000. It is increasing every day. State universities 2 3 years earlier was 480, deemed university 125, central university 54, and private universities which are coming up with very big number is 370. So 3 years earlier it was around 1,000. Scenario is, as I mentioned, scenario is changing very fast. See the trend. Data is slightly old, but trend you can see that the private universities, they are galloping. 2008 it was 14, then 16 it was 235, and then increased to 221. Now it has crossed 400. Yes. So there's a big increase in the number of private universities. In fact, if you go around bigger cities, it may be Calcutta, it may be Guwahati, it is Delhi or Bangalore, Jaipur. You find a lot of private universities around the main cities have grown up. Sometimes it is a belt of educational institutions which have cropped up. In fact, the highways, which are now 4 lane, 6 lane, you'll find a big chunk of the land along the highways. They've been taken by the higher education institutions, including the private universities. So this is the trend. And similarly, colleges also increasing, and colleges are increasing for different reasons, which I will be discussing here as well. Now, see the situation March 2023. Government universities 464, deemed to be universities 128, central remains same almost 54. Private universities they have crossed 400. Now it must be much more after 2 years, and so the institutions, higher education institution, accepting the colleges, it is around, it is more than 1,000. November 14, 2023, India had 1,168 universities, including state universities, private universities, central universities, deemed universities, and colleges are more than 43,000. So standalone institutions are more than 1,100, which means that there are more than 1,100 institutions which are awarding degrees to the students. Now let us see the vision of the national education policy. I've highlighted the portion which I think is important for you all. National Education Policy 2020 and is an India-centric. The importance is India-centric education system. The earlier lecture was focusing on that. That contributes directly to transforming our nation sustainably into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society. It has to become not only the teaching, etc., but it has to become a vibrant knowledge society as well by providing high quality education to everybody. So this is the vision. The new terms which has come from the earlier 68 vision is that it has to be India centric, it has to transform the nation and a vibrant knowledge society. These are the new terms which have come up. As a result, the new policy replaces the previous national policy on education 1986. The policy is a comprehensive framework, which is very important. This is a comprehensive framework at all levels, for elementary education to higher education. Earlier, the policy was concerning higher education more, as well as vocational training both in rural and urban areas. Policy aims to transform India's educational system by 2040. So 2040 is a landmark, and we all have to gear up for what is the situation projected for 2040. Shortly after the release of the policy, the government clarified that no one will be forced to study any particular language. So it has to be language independent also. Say in your place, people may be interested to go for Bengali in higher education. Somewhere it may be SME, somewhere it may be anything. So it is not bound to say only English or Hindi, but any language. The language policy in NEP is a broad guideline and advisory in nature. Why it is advisory in nature? Because education is on the concurrent list of the Indian Constitution. Concurrent list means that the decisions have to be concurrently taken by the state government and the central government. So both have to agree. It is on concurrent list. Now let us see the changes, etc., which are coming up. MPhil is to be discontinued. Already before the implementation of 2020, MPhil in several universities and colleges, they started forgetting about the MPhil part, and there will be changes in the undergraduate and postgraduate course structure. These are the new challenges coming. Say, for example, a college which used to have PhD, MPhil, undergraduate and postgraduate. So there will be no MPhil now. The student have to, from PG and UG, they can directly go for research. I will come to it later in much details. Accordingly, the course structure has to change. Other major policy new features are regulatory system of higher education is to be distinct for regulation, accreditation, funding, and academic standard setting. And that all these things have to be under one umbrella, which is Higher Education Commission of India, HECI. So a new system, a new superstructure is to be created, is being created, which will be known as Higher Education Commission of India. We will have four verticals, which includes National Accreditation Council for accreditation basically, Higher Education Grant Council, and Educational and General Education Council, which will further form National Higher Education Qualification Framework. These all these things have to be, some have been, initiative have been taken, some it will be being done, and by 2040, all this superstructure in the education and changes in education will be is likely to be implemented. UGC and AICTE will be replaced by a single higher education regulatory body, which will be, as I mentioned earlier, which will be HECI. So there will be sort of a merger of UGC and AICTE as well. Then there are other professional bodies and regulatory bodies. The professional councils like ICAR, like VC, Veterinary Council of India, or NCT, National Council for Teachers Education, or Council for Architecture, etc., uh, will act as professional standard setting bodies, which they are doing in any case now, but they will be more strengthened to carry out their work. Now, the problem arises and challenges arises from the change in the UEC course structure, and this has to be very carefully being should be studied because it will affect everybody in higher education particularly. The undergraduate degree will be either 3 or 4 years duration with multiple exit options. Further, within this period, with appropriate certification, a certificate completing for 1 year will be issued. If it is 2 years, then diploma. If it is 3 years, then degree. And fourth year, multidisciplinary bachelor's program will be another option. So up to 3 years it was common, which we used to do earlier also. The fourth year in bachelor course, undergraduate course will be added, but which should be multidisciplinary. So that is another feature which has come up. A student pursuing 4 years degree program will have an option of getting a degree with research if the research process is completed in the in a study of specialization. So now, if you are selecting some specialized thing and fourth year degree course you are doing, you will be considered for research. Of course, for implementation, 75% marks are required. Now the problem is, and the challenge is for you also, that how will you make understand the student that which option they should take? Should they do 1 year certificate course with some skills and they go out? Then they may come after some time, 1 or 2 years. They may complete the second year, then take a diploma. Then they go out. Then they do 3 years, complete the 3 years degree program. And why they should do the fourth year also? For civil services, etc., for any degree, for any job which requires a degree, 3 years degree course should be okay. But why fourth year? So you have to make the student understand that you have the option of coming and going, multiple exit, and also you have the option of doing the fourth year. My experience is that a student who is just past his class 12, plus 2, to make him understand and see the future that okay, there is a multiple exit, that the fourth year also with research, etc. That fellow may not be able to grasp everything. That this is the new options given. Even I find that the teachers, they also find problem to understand the whole logic behind it. Then there will be National Research Foundation to have the culture of research. So government is trying to have an independent body with board of governors. They will provide funds, peer reviewed grants proposal also, and they liaison with other institutions, etc. So it is sort of a national science foundation in US that they carry out this work, but they are confined to more on science side. But here it is opened up, science, arts, humanities, everything. They can be included in the National Science Foundation. So the existence of a new system for grant. Earlier, UGC, ICCR, they were providing the grants. Now, the grants will be provided by the National Research Foundation. Major reforms suggested that in higher education to give more flexibility to students. Student can choose any set of subjects of higher education, taking sabbatical and other options. So this is again you have to explain to the students. First, you have to understand yourself and explain to the student that the flexibility is there, choice of subjects are there. Humanities or arts may not be 100% humanities or arts. You may have minor paper, other papers in science subjects also, in commerce also. So that type of option you have to make understand to the students. An NEP draft was presented in 2019 when it was quickly reviewed. Both appreciation and criticism were there. The biggest criticism was about the language itself. That first draft was promoting more Hindi. Now it was shot down, and as you know, that education is a subject which is dealt by the state and the central government. So the state government also had a say, and now it has been sorted out that education can be taught in any of the languages. Now the target is that gross enrollment ratio goal for 2035, which means 5 years before the ultimate target, that secondary school 100% enrollment ratio should be there. Higher education should be 50%. Now it is 26.3 only. So in both the cases, almost it has to be doubled at secondary level as and higher education level. The challenge is again in front of you all, that how to increase the gross enrollment ratio. The Higher Education Commission of India, which I mentioned little earlier, will set up as an overarching umbrella body for entire higher education, excluding medical and legal education. And this is a very important one, which will affect you all. Phasing out of the affiliation of colleges in 15 years, and a stage-wise mechanism is to be established for granting graded autonomy to colleges. What is government is trying is to provide maximum autonomy to the colleges. Earlier, the autonomy was with the universities, and universities to regulate these things, and colleges were affected to the universities. Now, within 15 years, a sort of a autonomy is to be provided to the college if they agree to certain condition. One is multidisciplinary. Single disciplinary higher education institution won't exist. Say a college of commerce or management may not exist. They have to become multidisciplinary. Similarly, arts college or some specific subject college, they won't get the benefit. They have to, in fact, if they want to continue their recognition, affiliation, and also autonomy, they have to be multidisciplinary. Reforms are as follows. Moving towards higher education system consists of large multidisciplinary universities and colleges. This is what is targeted. Phasing out all institutions offering single stream, and that all universities and colleges must aim to become multidisciplinary by 2040. You can become multidisciplinary how? By adding new subjects, by merging with other institutions having different subjects, or at least have understanding between neighboring colleges, or to become multidisciplinary. So that type of some arrangement is to be carried out. So new guidelines have come that how to do it and what how government will help in recognizing it. And then there will be at least one university in each district. So there are around 750 districts in the country. Colleges are universities are more than that, but there are several districts which don't have any universities. So every district will now have university, which means there will be competition within a local area. A student can go to, say, for example, can go to Kachar, or can go to Hailakandi, or he can come to Tripura or Manipur. So he has the option of going to any of the universities. It is not that one university and there are the other neighboring university will be around 500 kilometers. That situation won't be there. It will be within 100 kilometers. You will get at least 5, 6 universities. So local competition will be there, which means there will be more responsibility on teachers to make their courses successful, as well as to see that their college also gets importance in terms of admission and in terms of other activities. Moving towards faculty and institutional autonomy, the government is likely to provide autonomy as much as possible. However, say for example in Delhi, there are only two autonomous colleges. But another say in case of Varanasi, where I am now, at least five colleges are autonomous colleges within one district. So there will be competition between the autonomous colleges and the institutional autonomy. So government is likely to provide autonomy as much as possible.
Hello. Hello, sir. Hello. Sir, you are not audible. I think our resource person have in I think connectivity issues. So I'm requesting all the participants, please be with us. I'm trying to connect you. I contact him. Sir is trying to join. Actually, electricity issues. That's why internet also becomes slow. He got disconnected. Yes, sir. You're visible. Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Presentation is, can you see?
No, sir. No
No.
presentation.
Vijay. लाइट चलेगी ना गड़बड़ा यहाँ पर तो ये वाला अपना नेट कर लीजिए सर हाँ अपना वाला नेट कर लीजिए कर लो सर इंटरनेट गड़बड़ा गया ना किससे चला लीजिए अपने मोबाइल से
Yes, sir. Now PPT is visible. Sir, please unmute yourself.
Can you hear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now tell me which slide I was last. This was okay?
It was language. Yes, sir.
Language, till here I was there. So next one.
Next.
This also?
This also.
Or is it a new one?
Okay, sir. You start from here.
Okay. So gross enrollment ratio in 2035, it has to be increased, and the secondary school has to become 100%, and higher education 50%. Now it has to be doubled because say higher education is 26.3 and the secondary school is 56.5. So it's almost has to be doubled. So a lot of initiatives have to be taken by the teachers. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, the Higher Education Commission of India, which will be an overarching umbrella body for entire higher education, excluding medical and legal education, and affiliation of colleges in 15 years has to be phased out, or it has to become, or granted autonomy is to be given to the colleges. So all the colleges, they are moving towards autonomy, and what it implies, I will come to it later as well. Reform number one is that moving towards higher education system consisting of large multidisciplinary universities and colleges is one. Phasing out single stream colleges and universities, which means that if there is a commerce college or if there is a management college, it has to become multidisciplinary. It has to have other streams also. Then only they will be entitled to get autonomy or say deemed university, etc. Then there will be at least one university in each district. So there are around 70, 750 districts now, and there are more than 1,000 universities. But you see the distribution of universities, it is around the bigger cities. Lot of basically private universities around say bigger cities like Delhi, Gurgaon, Kolkata, even Guwahati or Bangalore, Jaipur. So there are several districts which are, as of today, they don't have any university. So new universities will be opened up in each district, which are not having any degree awarding university. Say, for example, in Eastern UGC, almost each district is now having a university. So this trend is there, will be there in all over the country, which means there will be local competition. A student after passing class 12, he can go to the university where he belongs to, or he can go to a neighboring university, neighboring district. He will be having 4 or 6 options at any university he can go, or any autonomous college he can go, which will lead to more local competitions. Competition is always good, but more responsibility comes to the teachers in higher education institution. As I mentioned, local language, etc. Language is not a problem, earlier it was a problem. And ultimately, we have to move towards the institutional autonomy. The courses have to be revamped. Assessment methods have to be changed. Student support has to be changed. Then faculty integrity, institutional leadership, these new things have to be also taken into account apart from research and teaching. Earlier, it was expected from a teacher in higher education institution that he will teach, he will be a good teacher, will conduct good research, and that was the end of it. But now it has expanded. He has to have a leadership quality. He has to see that the student they progress, encourage. Further, a National Research Foundation will be also be there. As I mentioned, they will fund the research for outstanding research work, peer-reviewed research, etc. Government says single regulatory body for higher education, light but tight. Now, the major change is the 4 years undergraduate program with multiple options. First, you have to understand what it is. Then, the bigger problem is how will you make understand these things to a student who has just passed plus two. That okay, you have got multiple option, you have got 4 years degree, you have got 3 years degree bachelor course. What is the difference between 3 years and 4 years? Why should one do 1 year certificate course and then it takes an exit option, then he is likely to come back after 2 years. This may suit to the female students and of course to the male students also, that one does 1 year certificate course, get some skill, do some business or whatever he uses his skill for generating income, and then he comes back or he continues with that. So all these things first teachers have to understand and then explain to the students. And the student, which is a raw student, doesn't know much about all these things. To make him understand will be a big challenge for you all. Then there will be academic bank for credit. So you can do certain courses, certain papers in some other universities, in some other streams, and credits can be transferred or final degree. The whole concept is to understand that you are sitting in one college which, for example, doesn't have music, but the adjoining college or somewhere else, music is being taught. So that fellow offers music, he goes to the other institution, takes the credit in that stream, and comes to the main institution and say, okay, this is my credit there, and you add up and give me final degree. It has got implications, I will come to that as well. Then apart from the uh, private universities and colleges and autonomous colleges, deemed universities, foreign players have also come. Government has allowed, as far as I know, 7 foreign universities have opened the campus in India. There are criticism for that also. Criticism is that promoting private players and foreign universities, which will lead to some other type of competition. Foreign involvement in education, which will be a new feature. And higher education can become grant-based to loan-based. If you compare the Indian education system with the US system, you will find that a student, he gets admission in some college, some university, and there are banks, etc., which can provide you the loan, which you have to return once you get a job. So higher education becomes, the private players are there, the higher education becomes that type, that a student gets in, he takes a loan, does the higher education, and then becomes almost slave. And next 10 years, he returns the loan. So that type of situation may hamper the growth of a student. But that is the option which he can consider. So foreign universities, campuses, foreign colleges, etc., will lead to a different type of competition in the country. Then in this NEP 2020, the inclusion or involvement of technology in higher education has been proposed in a big way for teaching, learning, assessment, educational planning, etc., etc. During the COVID time, we had good experience about how to use the technology. virtual labs and online teaching, preparing the curriculum, etc., connecting with other experts and students online. All these things, now we have got some experience. So that is can be used. E-contents have to be put on the websites. Student should be able to access all these things. These new features are there, and it has to come in a big way. Well, if somebody is opting for, say, minor subject, say in history, for example, there's a major history and there's a minor history. The teacher don't have the time to study, to teach the major also, minor also. Then there are third degree course every year, for each year he is teaching. So a lot of things have to be offloaded to the online system. So a teacher in higher education has to understand the technology so that he can depend on certain things, for certain things on the technology itself. Big picture in front of us is the NEP only provides a broad direction and is not mandatory to follow. Because as I mentioned, education is on the concurrent list. State and center both have got their voice, but it has to be implemented in an entire country by 2040. Now, this is the main focus, that what challenges you will be facing. And there are several challenges I have noted out of my experience, which I would like to share with you. Number one challenge, you have to reskill yourself in higher education institution. You have to know more technology, how to change the syllabus, and skill part has to be added. Number two, the new vision which I discussed in the beginning, that is to be understood, that what India centric and all sort of things, these have to be introduced. The NEP 2020 is not for specifically for education, but it has to transform the nation and the whole system. So that is a broader picture in front of you. Challenge number three, the courses are to be reoriented into inclusive year-wise phase. 1 year course, say first year, it has to be exclusive. Exclusive means that a person who comes out, the student who comes out after 1 year, he should learn certain skills so that he gets a job outside. Similarly, once he does a diploma after 2 years, then he should know more skills. And third year again more skills, which means fourth year is related to research, which means that the courses have to be reoriented where skill part is to be added. Now you have to decide that 40% of the classes will be for skill in the same subject, within the same subject, and 60% maybe for classroom teaching, or 50% whatever. So the reorientation is required, which means more infrastructure. When you're talking about skill, which means you require labs, you require all sort of infrastructure. So more rooms, more buildings, etc. will be required. Then challenge number four, the curriculum for the fourth year is to be prepared and which should lead to research. Now, in a scenario when there is no, there will be 1 year PG course and no MPhil, which means a student have to be made ready in fourth year to understand the research and take up the research straight away. In some British universities, people have there is an option for the students to do undergraduate and straight away go to research. This option is now extended to Indian students also. At fourth year, you do research, etc., and you get ready for research and carry out research. Now, in a structure, existing structure where 2 years MPhil, 2 years PG, and then before the actual research work, you have to do coursework also. So almost 4.5 years training and education for research will be squeezed in the fourth year of the undergraduate course. And then there will be some skill part also in that. So, so how will you prepare the curriculum? That all these research things should be squeezed in 1 year, and that too it has to be multidisciplinary. It is not necessary that if you are having a student in sociology, he is confined to sociology only. You should know statistics, you should know history, you should know this, that. So that becomes multidisciplinary. So that is a big challenge for you, and consider a situation when you are in an autonomous college or in a university. You have to decide. It is not that the university will give you guidelines and then you prepare something, or university gives the curriculum itself. Curriculum is to be prepared by your board of studies. So that will be another challenge for you. Challenge number 5, that the earlier system, the BVOC system was almost like similar things, vocational courses, and you do certain skills, and you can come out and then multiple entry, etc. But clarity was not required. Clarity was not there, and that's why BVOC didn't become much popular then. Now, in a way, BVOC has been expanded. But clarity is to be done by teachers. So again, one more responsibility added. Challenge number 6. Since the courses are to be job oriented, practical courses, papers are to be more in number. So say subject like literature, for example, English, Hindi, Bengali. What will be the practical part of this? Will journalism is one, say any literature subjects, or script writing or editing, all this practical part will have to be added in the course. So each subject, each paper, the practical component is to be worked out. Now for all this practical part, you won't get teachers. It's challenge number 7, because they have not met the UGC standards of having PhD, because there may not be any PhD in that specialization, or net pass people, teachers. Nevertheless, practical papers have to be made, practicals have to be conducted, syllabus have to be made, examination, viva voce. Who will do this? We don't have the UC standard qualified teachers for skill part, but you have to include the skill learning, which means that the existing teachers have to be reskilled so that they can conduct the practicals, take exam, viva voce, all sort of things. This is challenge number 7. Challenge number 8. To get these teachers, so UGC norms have to be changed, and you should get the experts and teachers, or expert in a different way you have to include within your system so that skill part can be carried out. Challenge number 9. You require bigger infrastructure. In all the colleges and universities, I find that always there is a scarcity of space, infrastructure. And now more infrastructure is required. More labs are required. Classrooms are required. So how will you cope up with that? How will you impress upon your management that you require more infrastructure, more space? Another challenge. Challenge number 10 is the timetable. You will find in each colleges and universities there are very expert people who are very good in preparing timetable. Now there may be concurrently running courses. There may be minor and major courses. How will you adjust all these things into in a timetable framework? There are earlier courses are running also, new type of courses also running. So all these things will be there, and to prepare a timetable. Of course, you can depend on the technology for the minor subjects. Say online, certain things can be pushed off, or classes can be taken online as well. This is challenge number 10. 11 is teaching load will increase. There will be more flexibility in choosing papers and credits. The student will have the flexibility, so teaching load will increase. So it is not that 10 o'clock you go to a college and by 4 o'clock you come back and forget about it. No. You will be 24 hours on teaching. Online, students may contact you. Online, you have to teach. Online, you have to prepare the lectures, put it on the websites. So this is your time will be 24 hours now, as you see for doctors. And a fellow who completes a course and takes credit and come to your original university or college with the credit, now who will recognize that? Which means that there has to be an equivalence committee in all the universities and autonomous colleges, which will recognize, okay, this fellow has taken certain credits, and how will we include or accept or don't accept that one, that credits in for awarding a degree from your institution. There may be a situation where a fellow does a first year in some parts of, say, urban sociology, for example. Then he goes to another institution, and second year he does that. There, the urban sociology is in second year. Then he goes to a third institution where he again studies sociology, but third year, the urban sociology is taught of third year. So virtually what he is doing, all 3 years he is studying the same thing. Will that credit will go or not, acceptable or not? So equivalence committee has to be formed among the teachers within each university. There is already existing, but in autonomous colleges also. And as the number of autonomous colleges are increasing, responsibility becomes more on the teachers to do that. Choice-based credit system will be applied in different ways. That has to be understood, acceptable or not. It's challenge number 13. 14 is this credit-based system is to evolve across the subjects and different streams. Say, for example, medicine with Sanskrit, music with law. All these odd combination will be there. And so-called multidisciplinary environment is to be created. So in this situation, the credit-based system is to be developed. So that will be another challenge for you all. Challenge number 15, some courses, particularly with optional paper, online teaching is to be made acceptable. That is to be acceptable, and the student gives the examination and he gets the credit. Challenge number 16 is semester system itself. A lot of universities, they are facing the problem of semester system at present. They don't want to introduce semester system. Now all these assessment, etc., paper setting, courses, semester system is to be introduced, which means every 6 months all this examination, repetition, everything, courses, syllabus has to be prepared. So that is an additional problem will be second challenge number 16. 17 will be, as I mentioned earlier, future PG course will don't emphasize on research, and fourth year research course may become more, as I mentioned earlier, no MPhil. So the PG, the undergraduate course teaching load will increase, and PG course teaching load will reduce. As on today, if there is a PG institution, postgraduate student teaching, and there is an undergraduate, so the teaching load reduces in PG college or PG part of the college, and undergraduate becomes more, which means teachers have to migrate from PG to UG, which may not be acceptable to a lot of you. In some universities or some colleges, there is only PG, no undergraduate, and the course is reduced. Teaching load is reduced. What will happen to these teachers who become excess? So this is another challenge coming in front of you. Challenge number 18 is 4 years courses are to become multidisciplinary and with critical thinking and depth, etc. So the fourth year will include the critical thinking also. So this is expected in the course curriculum and the teachers also. Challenge number 19 is that earlier model, some universities have PG in universities and undergraduate studies in the colleges. So work in PG and universities will also reduce. And it may happen that the focus in universities becomes under the undergraduate courses. Excuse me. Challenge number 20. Parallel courses will have to run. For example, in Faculty of Education, following courses will be conducted simultaneously. Number one is 2 years B.Ed course, which is very popular. 4 years integrated B.Ed course, and 1 year B.Ed course for those who have completed 4 years in multidisciplinary bachelor's degree. Then there are AMET. There's AMET. So these concurrently these courses will run, and it may so happen that the the teacher has to teach the same topic in all these 4 or 5 concurrently running courses. So teaching load becomes more, but he's teaching the same subject, same topic. And my expectation is that in future the teaching will not be based on the papers, like urban sociology, rural sociology, like that. It will be on topics only. The teacher will identify topics and he will say, okay, I will take this topic, I will repeat it on certain days, and whoever is interested, he may be from 2 years B.Ed course or 4 years B.Ed course or M.Ed course or some other course. If he is interested, he can join. So it will be a timetable has to be prepared topic wise instead of subject wise or paper wise. That will be another challenge for you. And as I mentioned, that Corona experience has made us technology savvy, so we can depend on a lot of online infrastructure for running parallel courses. Hence, a hybrid model is to be prepared. Once you are given a teaching load, you have to decide, okay, these things I will do on the online. This I will be physically in classroom. This I will be putting on the website, and I will give a window to students that they can come and remove their doubts. So other options can also be considered. So new methods, hybrid models have to be prepared in order to reduce the teaching load on individual teacher. That thing you have to work it out. Technology, as I mentioned, to be used in a big way. And each teacher, he may be a history teacher, he may be a Sanskrit teacher, but he has to be technology savvy. E-contents are to be put on the website before actual classes. Another thrust in the NEP 2020, that before you take the actual classes, you prepare the e-content and you put on the website. Students should study, come with their doubts, and get it clarified. Now, this e-content is a big challenge because your all teaching skill and your content development, etc., that will be made public. It is not that only students will get access. Any ordinary public, a rickshawala can also get access. That what e-content you have made. Then you will be compared within your institution and with other institutions and maybe some other state also. That have you done cut and paste? Have you generated knowledge? Have you done certain research? Then you have prepared contents. And I have a strong feeling that if you are applying for senior position, in your application form, there will be a column where you have to give the link of your e-contents. So before the interview, the experts will look into your e-content, that how good you are in your teaching and preparation of teaching materials. And they may ask in the interview board. So e-content will make you more competitive, more challenging, and you have to be ready all the time. As I mentioned, it will expose the teachers not only within the school or within the college or school, but anybody. Teachers' performance, as I mentioned, will be assessed based on the online content. A principal sitting there or vice chancellor sitting there, he will get the access to your teaching material, and then he will assess your progress. So that is another challenge for you. Then the role of state government and new regulatory bodies are still not clear. There are, there are parallel bodies. Within the state, there is a higher education department. There is a governor's office who also looks after certain things. There is a university grant commission. Then there is a central Ministry of Education. All the regulatory bodies are there. So all these things, they're getting things cleared, but it will take some time. But before that, you have to behave with all these problems. And since the challenge number 28, since there will each district will have a university and colleges, and colleges will be given autonomy, teachers will have to develop their own system of higher education. So that option will be there, that you cannot wash your hand. No, university will do something and we will follow the guidelines. You have to do yourself. You take the responsibility yourself for developing the course, for taking the examination, for practicals, for assessing the marks and preparing the results. All sort of things will be with you. So it looks that autonomy is very good, but the challenges will also come to teachers. In different language, a student can come and say, "Okay, no, I won't study in Bengali. I will study in Assamese." You have to be ready that you have provided materials to that fellow, to the student, in Assamese or Hindi or whatever it is. The challenge number 30 is that UGC guidelines. A student can pursue two full-time academic programs in physical mode. Try to understand that. Provided that such cases, the class timings for one program do not overlap with the other one. Then a student can pursue two programs, one full-time and physical mode and other in open and distance learning, or two open distance learning and online. So these are the other options, and that you have to understand and explain to the student.
Sir, you are not audible. Sir, hello. Am I audible, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Hello, sir. No, sir. You are not there, I think. Sir, logged out maybe. You are not there. Disconnected. Okay, sir. You have to join again. Okay, sir. No issue. Okay, sir. Sure. Yeah, participants, our resource person got disconnected due to connectivity issue. Sir is trying to join. He will be joining shortly. Please be with us.
Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
And you can see the slides as well?
Yes.
Slides?
No, sir. Yeah, now we can see. Slides are
Oh,
also visible.
yeah, yeah. Right. Okay, there are. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are
Hello.
audible.
We are in the slide. So
Yes, sir.
now move further. Now, degree or diploma under ODL or online shall be pursued with only such higher education institutions which are recognized by the UGC or statutory body. So it is a issue with the take up the matter with the higher education regulatory bodies as well. And degree and diploma program under these guidelines shall be governed by the regulatory regulation notified by the UUC, also respective statutory body. So there is a role of statutory body as well. So you have to keep in mind that also, that in running these type of courses, you have to take approval from certain places. These guidelines have come to effect from the date of its notification. It cannot be done retrospectively. And two academic programs simultaneously will not be allowed in professional courses. It can be done other courses, but not in professional courses. Now, challenge number 31 is with the foreign universities. See, last month I was approached by certain business house in Delhi, in Gurgaon, basically, asking me, can I help them in establishing foreign universities in the in India. So I asked them how many foreign universities are will be interested in this and that. What they said was 240 foreign universities they are willing to open. They have joined, they approached that company to open their campuses in India. 240 means what? That out of three districts, one district will be having a foreign university campus. So that will generate a lot of uh, competition. Uh, one has to compete. One higher education teacher has to compete not only locally, not only with the neighboring universities, not only with the neighboring autonomous body, autonomous institution, but also with the foreign university. Foreign university have to get their own glamour, and they may pay more. This is a good part of it, that they may pay more to you all. If you are a good teacher, then they will give you better provisions, better money, better salary, better options. So there will be a competition within yourself, and poaching will be there. If you're a good teacher, you will be hired by a foreign university immediately, giving double salary, triple salary. That is good or bad both. The role of foreign universities will will create a different type of competition in the country. So this will be a challenge for you, that if you don't do anything good, you will be left wherever you are. But if you are good, if you are good in teaching, your name and fame is there, you will be hijacked by foreign universities available in India. Then competition will be with private players also. On one hand, foreign universities, other hand, the private players, the private universities, they will pay better, they will give you better infrastructure, they will give you sabbatical leave to do research abroad. So there will be big competition where the competitive the good teachers will get better career options, and those who don't do anything, they will be left behind. Now, all these things, the changes which I've just mentioned to you, the earlier 32 challenges, uh, who will monitor in the universities and colleges? Which is the body? One I can think about, or you can think about, is the new role of internal quality assessment cell, which is meant to improve the education system infrastructure in the colleges and universities. So they can take up the role of managing the change. The management of change is also a big issue. Or a separate body is to be prepared who will transform the higher education institution. So that is another challenge, that whether you are good enough to take a leading role in transforming your institution or neighboring institutions also. So, or you depend on IQAC or some other cell or individual. That is another challenge coming in a big way. What is expected from you all? Expectation can be, should be, teachers to be central point for implementation of NEP. It is not the management of university, or it is the individual basis is coming. Holistic education, creativity, pedagogical shift, human values, clarity, transformation, etc. These new terms are also coming. That it is not only classroom teaching and some research, but new things are also expected from the teachers. Research in teaching methodologies, this is particularly for the fourth year of undergraduate course. New leadership theories have to be developed based on NEP 2020 out of the experience which you gather, or you you or others gather and explain to you all. Finally, the teachers are to become the transformation administrators, not only in your college, not only in your department or your faculty, but also in the society, also globally, also in the country. Teachers have a additional role now. It is not only teaching, but transformation administrator, transformation managers also. My suggestions are that perhaps 1 week course may be conducted by UGC or NAC or HRC or ASC, the universities, for the transformation management. People have different experience, and once they sit together for 4 or 5 days, or and exchange the expertise or experience which they have gained, and then come to some solution that this is how under 2020 the things have to change. This is the shared experience have to be worked out. Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you see? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Finally, I would like to quote Rabindranath Tagore. There's a, there's a very rare book written by him, which is known as Thought Relics. Somehow, one copy was found in US, which was brought in India. Now it has been published. It is available now. From there, I quote: "A teacher can never truly teach unless he or she is still learning himself. A lamp can never light another lamp unless it continues to burn its own flame." Unquote. So this is I would like to quote Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, that what teacher is expected to do. So thank you very much. Are you ready to take off with the NEP 2020? Take the challenges, spread yourself, take a Brahad route for these, and do certain changes which is expected from you all. If there are any questions, I would like to discuss with you. Over to you.
Dear participants, if you have any doubt, any query, so sir is there with us. You can ask. So now we are starting interactive session. We have time 15 minutes almost, so we can interact with sir. This is a great opportunity to interact with sir. So if you have any doubt, please you can ask.
Yeah.
Yes, carry on, please.
Sir, in the light of emerging scenario with the transformation in educational policy, uh, do you think the investment that we make in education and the job opportunities outside, vocational training outside, will it match? I should not say the value will be more
Yes.
outside or having been graduated. My question is, by the time
Now,
I finish my graduation,
yeah.
will I be a valuable, more valuable person,
See,
or if I
yeah,
don't?
I've understood your question.
Yeah.
I have repeatedly explained here that once a fellow does first year, he goes out with some skill so that he can get employability. Second year also, he gain more skills, and third year furthermore. So it is expected that once he comes out, he will have some skills for employment or become entrepreneur. So this is what is expected. Now it depends on the teachers, people like you, that how do you frame or reframe the courses so that the skill part gets added in each subject and each paper. That is the challenge. Say if you are from sociology, for example, or history, what type of skill you will add? 40% around part of the teaching should be on the skill side. So that is a challenge that what you will do. The better the course content you make, better employability, better jobs they will get. So the question comes back to you. That instead of asking others that what is the scope, what scope you are making for them. That is what is expected. And that is a big challenge for you all. Any more?
My second question is,
Yeah.
under NEP, we are assuming a kind of baseline of operational mode so as to make the multiple entry and exist, also the transfer of credit, right?
Yeah. Yes, we are. As I mentioned, that this transfer of credit uh, will become a challenge also because uh, the syllabuses are being framed by each universities and autonomous colleges. Say, if you are coming from, say, for example, district in Tamil Nadu, you may having 10 autonomous college in one district. Each will be framing their own course. And then takes credit in one college, it goes to the other college, then it goes to the third college. So, as I mentioned in one of these slides, that a committee, equivalence committee is to be made or established in each of the college to accept the credits or not. So that load also becomes on you. That's another challenge becomes on you. That a committee will look into this, that whether they can accept these credits or not. So this is an issue nationwide. This is being done by AIU, but now this has to be done at the autonomous college and university level as well.
Sir, in that case, we may have to position this education as concurrent list, maybe either, I do not know what will be the right word to use there, which has to be uniformly acceptable to one individual moving out from one state or one part of the state to another part. When it is concurrent list, the respective states have the self-determination right?
Not only the state, but it is as I mentioned, each college, each university, because they will become autonomous, and government is encouraging to become autonomous. So don't think in terms of the state only. It has gone down to the autonomous colleges. So situation is now a different way, different than what you used to think earlier. Autonomy is good and bad both. Any other question, please?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah,
Rather, say it's a doubt. Like, sir, you say that 4 years degree course with research
yeah.
they complete, then they can go for directly research or PhD.
If they have 75% marks,
Okay, sir. Then
So
if they got, then what is the use of master degree then? If they
this
want to
is,
qualify PhD?
you have asked the right question.
Yes, sir.
That, as I mentioned in my slides at the end, that the importance of PG course will go down. Now, what is happening that if it is a only PG course they are taught in some college, that get out becomes more important than another college which teaches only undergraduate. Now, the postgraduate course will be 1 year, no MPhil. So, what these type of colleges will do? 1 year they will teach, and then they will go for research. So their importance becomes less. Teachers become surplus. So earlier you used to think that okay, I am teaching in a postgraduate college, I am more important than the other fellow colleague who is teaching in undergraduate college. It will reverse now. The undergraduate fellow will become more important, and since he is taking the 4 years undergraduate course and making students ready for PG for research, then he also gets importance, and maybe more. So this scenario is changing fast.
Okay, sir.
Any other question?
Any other question? I think there is no question.
Perhaps I have not confused you with all these new things likely to come. But things will sort out, it will settle, and some new ways will be work out, which will take the education at a different level. This is what is expected by 2040.
I
Any
think
other?
uh, dear participants, if you have any question, please.
Then
Can
one more
ask.
point I would like to mention
Yes.
that there is another issue which has come up recently, graded autonomy to the educational institutions who have got NAC grading more than 3.5, more than 3.26. They can themselves develop new courses. They can start off-campus centers. They can develop their own skill development courses, research parks, new academic programs, hire foreign faculty. Another challenge. They can hire foreign faculty, enroll foreign students as well. Then incentive based environments they can get. They can get salary based on incentives also. Enter academic collaborations, which they are doing now also. Or distance learning teaching programs. Earlier, the certain universities were only assigned for distance learning, but now, if you have got the grade more than 3.25 in NAC, you can run the ODL courses also. Then they are expected to generate more resources. The eight leading universities which have been given this facility are JNU, AMU, BHU, Hyderabad Central University, Jadavpur University, Punjab University, and Tata Institute of Social Science Research. So they have been given all these type of facilities. So this may further expand and make things more challenging for the teachers in higher education. This is a new development. Graded autonomy. Any other issue?
Okay, sir.
You can ask me in Bengali also. Hindi also.
I think no other question.
Okay.
So I would like to take a minute for vote of thanks. Uh, Honorable Professor Pritish Nath and dear participants, I would like to take a moment for a vote of thanks. So, on the behalf of organizing institution Assam University Silchar and Holy Cross College Agartala, I extend my deepest gratitude to you, sir, for your thought provoking, insightful address. Your lecture on challenges for teaching in higher education institution following NAP 2020 was both timely and enriching. It was really enlightening and very informative because nowadays we have started uh, implementing NAP 2020 mainly in degree colleges. So we are facing different challenges. So you just aware us about the challenges and the main core areas where we should focus. So with your vast experience in academic leadership and policy, you have helped us understand the evolving responsibilities of educators in this transformative phase of Indian higher education. Your words have not only informed us but also inspired us to approach these challenges with clarity, commitment, and innovation. So, we are truly honored by your gracious presence and generous sharings of wisdom. So, thank you once again, sir.
Thank you. Hope to see you sometimes later.
Sure,
Sometime.
sir. Sure.
Yeah.
Sir, whenever you visit, I know you are from northeast side only. So
Yeah.
whenever you visit Agartala,
Yeah.
Tripura, sir, please visit our college.
Sure. Sure.
Invitation for from our college side.
If anything happens in your college, you invite me. I'll come.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Hello, dear participants. Now we will proceed to the valedictory session. So we are waiting to join for the Assam University MMTTC committees like our director sir, deputy director sirs, and honorable vice chancellor sir may be join. So we will take a few minutes, 2 3 minutes to contact with them, and after joining them, we will directly proceed towards the valedictory session. Good evening to one and all present here, respected dignitaries, esteemed resource person, respected faculty members, dear participants and guests. I, Smita Devnar, feel deeply honored to extend a warm welcome to each of you to the valedictory session of the NEP 2020 Orientation and Sensitization Program, jointly organized by Assam University Silchar and the Department of History and IQSC Holy Cross College, Agartala. This program, held from 1st to 10 September 2025, has been a platform for meaningful academic dialogue, critical reflection, and pedagogical advancement in the light of the National Education Policy 2020. Today, we gather to bring this journey to a close, reflecting on the insights gained and the path forward. So, to begin these proceedings, may I now invite our respected professor, Professor Ajay Kumar Singh, Deputy Director, UGC MMTTC Assam University Silchar, to present the report of the NEP 2020 Orientation and Sensitization Program. Sir,
Thank you,
over to you.
Smita, for conducting this program in a very systematic and coordinated way. Thank you very much for inviting me. Uh, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir of Assam University and Chairperson of UGC MMTTC, Professor Rajiv Mohan Pant Sir, respected Principal of Holy Cross College Agartala, Dr. Father Beni K. Jan, our Director UGC MMTTC and Dean AM School of Educational Science, Professor R. Balakrishnan Sir, distinguished faculty colleagues, resource persons, and dear participating teaching friends and research scholars. Very good evening to one and all. It is an honor and pleasure to welcome you today in this valedictory function of NEP Orientation and Sensitization Program jointly organized by Department of History and IQAC Holy Cross College, Agartala, under the aegis of UGC MMTTC Assam University, Silchar. Over the past 8 days, we have undertaken a collective academic journey that has allowed us to explore the vision, principles, and transformative agenda of NEP 2020. The program has covered multiple themes like holistic and multidisciplinary education, research and development, uh, technology enabled teaching, learning, and evaluation, higher education and society, integration of Indian knowledge system in higher education, uh, inclusive student diversity and inclusive education. Uh, and we have discussed, we have tried not only to understand the policy in depth, but also to contextualize it within our institutions and discipline. I must take this opportunity to express our heartfelt thank to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajiv Mohan Pant sir, whose vision and academic leadership uh, continue to guide us, guide our center, and his unwavering support has been instrumental in the success of this program as well as this center also. I also take this moment to express our heartfelt uh, gratitude and appreciation to uh, Dr. Father Beni K. Jan, uh, respected principal of Holy Cross College Agartala, for his generous collaboration and for extending the intellectual and infrastructural support uh, of his institutions. I also express my gratitude to our director, Professor R. Balakrishnan sir, whose tireless commitment has been the driving force behind the planning, design, and execution of this program. I also thank Dr. Sushobhan Sen Gupta ji, Associate Professor and Head MBA program and former IQAC coordinator, Holy Cross College, and course coordinator, Miss Smita Devnath, uh, and all the organizing team of both the college, Holy Cross, and Assam University. I extend my deepest appreciation for their meticulous planning and dedication. We also owe a special word of thanks to our distinguished resource persons and experts who enriched this program with their wisdom, critical insights, and inspiring lectures. Definitely, the contribution of all the experts have expanded our understanding of how NEP can be implemented meaningfully in various higher educational institutions. I also take this opportunity to thanks and welcome also all the participating teaching friends and research scholars across the India from diverse institutions. Definitely, this program was ultimately about you and for you, and you have your enthusiasm, your curiosity, and willingness to engage in this program have given life to this program. I believe that each of you will return to your institution as ambassador of NEP 2020, ready to implement its reform in your classroom, curricula, and research activity. The NEP 2020 is not merely a policy document, it is a blueprint of for educational transformation in our country. It calls for curricular flexibility through introduction of 4-year UG course and 1-year PG course with introduction of academic bank of credit and credit transfer, greater emphasis on research and development through uh, Anusandhan National Research Foundation, already it is enacted, and the integration of Indian knowledge system in our higher education, and indigenous pedagogy of our ancient uh, rich education, equitable access to education through various scholarship and through policy provisions also, integration of ICT and digital technology, not only for teaching, learning, and evaluation, but for uh, institutional management and governance also, and implementing these reforms require commitment, creativity, and collaboration. As educators and researchers, we must be prepared to embrace innovation, while also we have to safeguard our ancient values, ethos that define the Indian education. As we are concluding this program, let us remember that policies succeed only when teachers, scholars, and all stakeholders carry their spirit forward into action. You are the torch bearer of this change, and this program was just a beginning of that journey. On behalf of UGC MMTTC Assam University and Holy Cross College Agartala, I thank each one of you for making this program a grand success. May the insights and experience of past 8 days inspires us to build institutions that are truly student-centered, innovative, and globally relevant, while deeply rooted in Indian ethos and uh, culture. With this, once again, I thank you all for this wonderful program and this opportunity also. With this, I am closing my submission. Thank you very much. Thank you all for successfully completing this program. Over to Mrs. Nita.
Thank you, sir, for your comprehensive and insightful report. Your articulation of this program's outcome and participation and future direction sets a strong foundation for the reflection. Now, may I request first, just I want to inform you, due to unavoidable circumstances, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, and Director, sir, the respected Director of UGC MMTTC Assam University Silchar, and our Principal, Holy Cross College, respected Father Benny K. John CSC, they won't be joined to this valedictory session. So now I would like to respectfully invite Dr. Father Davis Kunuran, CSC, Vice Principal Academics, Holy Cross College, Agartala, to share his thoughts for this program. Fathers, now.
Thank you, Ma'am Smita, for this opportunity to share my reflections. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Assam University, Silchar, Professor Rajiv Mohan Pant, respected Director and Deputy Director of UGC MMTTC, Professor R. Balakrishnan and Professor Ajay Kumar Singh, respectively, esteemed colleagues, distinguished resource persons, dear participants, and members of the organizing committee, a very good evening to all of you. It is both an honor and a privilege for me to speak to you across the screen on behalf of our principal, Dr. Father Benny K. John CSC, who, due to an urgent institutional assignment, is unable to join us for this valedictory session. This NEP 2020 Orientation and Sensitization Program, jointly organized by Assam University Silchar and Holy Cross College Agartala, has truly been a remarkable journey. Over the past 10 days, with the 16 sessions led by eminent scholars, policymakers, we have engaged deeply with the key themes and transformative vision of the National Education Policy 2020. On behalf of the principal and the entire leadership of Holy Cross College, I would like to express our deep sense of gratitude to all the resource persons who shared their valuable time, deep expertise, and practical insights and inspirations with our participants. Your contributions have significantly enriched this program. I take this opportunity to thank Professor Rajiv Mohan Pant, our esteemed Vice Chancellor, whose support and intellectual leadership have been foundational in shaping this program. We are sincerely grateful to Professor R. Balakrishnan and Professor Ajay Kumar Singh of UGC MMTTC, Assam University, for their collaboration and academic direction throughout this initiative. We are deeply indebted to our principal, Reverend Dr. Father Benny K. John, CSC, whose visionary commitment to holistic education continues to animate the academic ethos of Holy Cross College, Agartala. His guidance remains our moral and intellectual compass. To Dr. Shushoban Sengupta for his contribution to academic and institutional leadership, and to Ms. Smita Debnath, the diligent coordinator of this program. Dear ma'am, your commitment and behind the scenes orchestrations have ensured not just logistical precision, but academic finesse. Your role deserves both recognition and applause. Special appreciation is due to the organizing teams from both institutions for their dedication, efficiency, and seamless coordination. And to all our participants, your engagement and enthusiasm have made this program vibrant and meaningful. Let us now depart from this program not with closure, but with a sense of ignition, ignited by the power of ideas, by the urgency of reform, and by the timeless responsibility that we as educators bear towards the future. Let us continue to uphold the values of equity, quality, and holistic development that NEP 2020 espouses. May the seeds sown here today and the days past continue to bear fruit in our respective institutions and communities. Let me conclude with a line from Rabindranath Tagore that captures the spirit of NEP. The highest education is that which does not merely gives us information, but makes our life in harmony with all existence. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Father, for your encouraging, insightful address. Your message reminds us of the moral and social responsibilities entailed with academic growth. So we are also privileged to have among with us now Sir Dr. Shushaban Sengupta, Associate Professor, Head of the Department MBA program, and former IQSC coordinator, who has played a vital role in this academic journey. So now I would like to request respected Dr. Shushaban Sengupta sir for his sharing his thoughts. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Respected Vice Chancellor, Assam University, Silchar. Respected Director, sir, UGC MMTTC Center, Assam University. Respected Deputy Director, sir, UGC MMTTC, Assam University. Dr. Father Benny K. John, Principal, Holy Cross College. Dr. Father Davis Koruran, Vice Principal, Holy Cross College. Madam Smita, Course Coordinator, and cherished participants. As we come to the closure of this enriching program on the national education policy, I believe it is important not merely to summarize what has been said, but to reflect on what signifies for us as educators, as institutions, and as custodian of learning. Over the past days, we have learned to distinguish voices on multidisciplinary learning, skill development, governance, inclusion, research, and leadership. If I may say so, this program was not just about understanding the NEP. It was about reimagining ourselves in its light. Most academic gatherings conclude with familiar words such as implementation, roadmap, challenges. But I would like to wish to leave you with something different. The idea of courage. NEP 2020, it is not just a policy. It is an invitation to courage. Courage to choose, to lose the grip of rigid silos. Courage to redesign practices that have outlived their relevance. Courage to embrace technology not as a threat but as a partner. And above all, courage to place the learners, not the syllabus, at the very heart of education. I often reminded myself that policies are like compasses, not map. A map directs you your route, but compass only points. You must cut your own way. NEP has given us the compass. The path, however, we must choose by us, the teachers, the administrators, and the institutions alike. Allow me now to acknowledge a truth often left unattended, unsaid. Organizing a program of this magnitude is never an easy task. It demands vision, objectivity, planning, and meticulous execution. Inevitably, flaws will remain and voices will raise with comments and criticism. Yet, when dust settles, it is not murmurs of imperfection that endures, but the narrative of achievement. Leaders and institutions together will script and narrate the success story, and it is the story which history will remember today. Holy Cross College Agartala is deeply honored to have co-hosted this program with Assam University Silchar. On behalf of Holy Cross College, I again extend heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, respected Director and Deputy Director of MMTTC, UGC, Assam University, our Principal and Course Coordinator, and the Department of History of Holy Cross College, and all the resource persons who have generously shared their wisdom. Let us not let this program dissolve into the memory of September 2025. Instead, let it stand as a reminder that education is not about filling classroom, but about lightening possibilities. Thank you, and may we all walk forward with the courage and the conviction to make NEP a lived reality. Thank you, one and all. Have a nice evening.
So, respected dignitaries, esteemed speaker, honored guests, respected faculty members, and dear participants, it is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to propose the vote of thanks on the occasion of valedictory session of the NEP 2020 Orientation and Sensitization Program, jointly organized by Assam University Silchar and the Department of History and IQSC Holy Cross College, Agartala. Over the course of the past 9 days, from 1st to 10 September 2025, we have had the opportunity to engage in 16 enriching academic sessions, thoughtfully delivered by distinguished group of subject expert, policymakers, and policy implementers. Each session added immense value to our understanding of National Education Policy 2020, not only as a policy framework, but as a transformative vision for the future of Indian education. So, Our heartful thanks to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajiv Mohan Pant, Assam University Silchar, and respected Professor Balakrishnan, R. Balakrishnan, Director, UGC MMTTC, and respected Professor Ajay Kumar Singh, Deputy Director, UGC MMTTC, Assam University Silchar, for giving us the opportunity to collaborate with you for this organizing this such a nice program. And sir, your all of your academic stewardship, mentorship, and encouragement in making this program a successful and meaningful academic engagement. So, on the behalf of organizing committee, I express our deepest gratitude and sincere thanks to all the persons who generously shared their time, expertise, and scholarly insights with us. Your contribution have been instrumental in the deepening our deepening our collective understanding and inspiring critical engagement with the goals and implementation strategies for NEP. A special thanks of our principals, respected principal Dr. Father Benike John CSC, for his instrumental leadership, constant encouragement, and for creating a nurturing academic environment for such initiative to flourish. And we also thankful, and I would like to express my special thanks to respected Vice Principal Dr. Father Davis Kuniran, CSC, Holy Cross College, for his unwavering support and presence. Father Davis attended almost all the sessions of the program and constantly motivated us with his encouraging words and quick commitment. His active involvement greatly uplifted the morale of the organizing team and participants alike. So we also extend our sincere appreciation and thanks to respected Associate Professor Dr. Shushoban Chengupta and former IQSC coordinator and uh, joint coordinator of this program for his valuable reflection and continuous support and motivation, help for this such a wonderful academic journey. So, to all our enthusiastic participants, your presence, your engagement, active engagement, have truly enriched the learning environment of this program. So, I sincerely express my thanks to for all the participants for being with us as a part of this academic journey. A heartfelt thanks to you, all the technical supporting staff from both the department, both the institution, Assam University Silchar and Holy Cross College Agartala. Those dedication, coordination, and behind the scene efforts have been crucial to all smooth and seamless execution of this entire program. As we formally conclude the NEP 2020 Orientation and Sensitization Program, let us carry forward the spirit of academic excellence, inclusivity, and innovation envisioned by the National Education Policy 2020. May we remain committed to transforming our institutions and pedagogical practices in the service of a vibrant, equitable, and knowledgeable driven society. Thank you all once again. Jai Hind. So with this, we are formally closing this session, closing this program. Thank you. Once again, thank you all. I think now I got a information from the Assam University MMTTC committee. You will get the Google form link in the WhatsApp group for your exam, and you will get 1 hour time from the sharing of the Google link. So you will get 1 hour for the exam. So best of luck for your exam. Thank you.
At what time we will get that link, madam?